James King, clap it up.
Broadway, how we doing tonight? As was said, my name is James King, which is a great name to have because it looks white on a resume. I'm not always getting past that interview process, but at least I'm getting a foot in the door. It's hard out here. Tyrone doesn't get a call back. But no, I'm excited. I got a lot of things good going on in my life. Right now, I'm in the middle of converting to Judaism, so that's cool. I know what some of you are thinking. Perfect timing on that, James. I know there's not a lot of conflicts you need to worry about. You should be safe. But no, a lot of people like to ask me why I'm converting to Judaism. They like to think it's because my wife is Jewish. That's not the reason. A lot of people think it's because biblically Judaism's passed through the mother, so my children are going to be Jewish. That's not the reason. I don't know if you can tell because I just shaved my head, but I have this perfectly circled bald spot. And tell me it's not the size and shape of a yarmulke. It's like Hashem himself said, put that shit on, young Jew. Also, on the off chance that Kanye West is right and Jews do run Hollywood, I could be booking more shows. I don't think he's right. He doesn't have a good track record, but I'm trying to be safe. But no, I got a lot of other exciting things going on. I finally finished paying my student loans. Thank you, thank you. I still owe about $30,000, but I feel like I'm finished at this point. Like, I can't go on anymore. It's too hard. Like, it feels like my student loans and it almost feels like we're in, like, a loveless Catholic marriage. Like, we don't believe in divorce, so we're not going to get rid of each other that way, so now we're just slowly waiting for the other one to die. And my loans are winning. I'm dying up here, guys. It's not fun. The other thing I did recently that was really cool is I did ancestry.com. Anyone here do that? Ancestry, 23andMe? Yeah, it's very cool. A lot of people do it because they want to find out, like, you know, maybe health things or they want to find lost relatives. I mostly just needed to know if I'm black enough to say the N-word. You got to be at least 47% black. I'm rocking a smooth 49. I'm good. Unless Kendrick Lamar looks at my results. He thinks different. But no, I did find something really cool in my ancestry. I was blown away by this. I am 50% islander. 50% of my DNA comes from one set of islands. I'm sure you've heard of the islands before. It's the United Kingdom. I know I don't look it, but I am 25% Irish and Scottish and 25% English and Welsh. That's aggressively Caucasian. Like, I'm 90% sure if I was to self-harm, it would be a hate crime. But that's weird. That's weird that 50% of my DNA just came from one area, and the other 50% is just scattered across Africa. Like, it's almost like 50% of my ancestors had never heard of boats, and the other 50% were forced to get on them. I heard a couple groans. That joke's historically accurate. A lot of people had to suffer for me to get to this stage, and I want you to know their sacrifice, not worth it at all. I tell a lot of dick jokes. I know I mentioned before earlier I have a wife. I am married, so that's exciting. Thank you, thank you. My wife and I didn't have a conventional relationship, though. We didn't have a conventional relationship because we were dating for 2 years. We were engaged for 6 years, and then we just got married 2 years ago. And that's a long time to wait for this. Like, I understand that I look like a live-action Mr. Potato Head. All I'm saying is if they make that movie, I better hope that Steve Harvey's filming Feud at the time. I need it more than he does. But no, it's weird. It's weird being in this situation, you know, because we did have a very unconventional relationship. And I'm going to be honest, 2 months into us being married, I was fully convinced that we were going to get divorced. Because Beyonce dropped a new album, so I was terrified. I don't know if you remember what happened when she released Lemonade, but all she talked about was how Jay-Z had cheated on her and all these terrible things, and hundreds of thousands of black women were like, if it can happen to Beyonce, we're all leaving our men. Beyonce's responsible for more single black households than Hurricane Katrina. Like, Beyonce has separated more black households than the Amistad. Like, Beyonce's removed more black men from their home than the police. And I've never done those things. I've never cheated on my wife. But if there was one song on that album about not having a driver's license, I would be divorced right now. My name's James King. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight.